Could you imagine what just doing what you said you wanted to do will do for your mental stability? It's insane. It's really insane.
Get your bones in the dirt, dry them off and let them burn.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Lunch Break, where you can have a lunch with me. I think I might actually in the future just start doing that. I don't know how gross it would be, though, and that's kind of the borderline of what I'm thinking. It's like, is it going to be gross for me to just sit there and eat in front of you? But I mean, I guess I was wondering, down the line, I could get sponsored by different food chains and stuff like that, which is another conversation actually I had with my girlfriend the other day. She said, would you take a sponsorship with McDonald's? And I was like, yeah, of course. She's like, why though? They're promoting a really bad, animal abuse and a bad living style and stuff. And then makes you think, you're like, okay, looks like I'm only supporting Subway because they only support really great people, Remember Jared? No, but welcome back. Hello, everybody. I see that there's a handful of y'all that are there that aren't my direct friends and such that are watching these videos, which is very cool. And I thank you for hanging out. It's really nice to see. I don't know. It's weird. There's 222 people subscribed. I know I mentioned this last time, but even still, there's 222 people there, and not every single one of you is watching the video, and I'm disappointed. And I'm not, that's not where I wanted to go with it. But it's neat to know that there is 220 people that did hit that button. Now, be it 3 or 4 of them are probably my own, and then also the the difference in, damn, today's hard. I don't know. I just walked over here to record this, and I was like, yeah, this is gonna be a good one. This is great. I'm feeling good about myself, and I feel on point and whatnot, but god damn, I'm sitting here struggling to come up with words and anything like that, or figure out what I want to talk about. But it's just lunch. We're just hanging out during lunch. It doesn't have to be anything. And I think I'm stressing myself out a little too much instead of just letting myself rant. So I just need to let this rant and let you listen to me rant. No. So I think what. So I don't know, and I'm not gonna. This is my issue when it comes to a lot of me trying to figure myself out or figure out how to stay happy, if that's even a thing, to be able to stay happy or content with everything around you. But what I tend to do is I do this one thing for a couple days, and I'm like, yeah, this is working, and then I stop doing it. I stop realizing that that's the reason I feel good, and then I kind of just continue on and think, yeah, I'm just good now, and then I go do everything that I would normally do instead of continuing to do what I was doing in that time that was making me happy. Does that make sense? Stick with me. So for instance, this last week or so, I did the video on Thursday and published it on Saturday because my buddy Luke was like, hey, you got to do this. Just do this. This will be good. So I did it. And the fact that I did something that I set out to do in the morning or the day of or the day before really kind of kicked me into a good mood, or at least it gave me a little bit more of a positive energy to my day, I guess, if that makes any sense. It's very interesting. Even the little stuff too. For the last couple of days, I've always wanted to make sure that I journal every day. It doesn't have to be a lot. It could be for 5 minutes, just writing some stuff down about the day or what's on my mind at the moment, plans, introspective thoughts, whatever it is. But I want to do it once a day. And when I start to stop myself from or I don't allow myself to do those things because other things come up, and I don't carve out that time for myself. It's like a consistent letting myself down, and it does not lend well to the overall mentality that I have every single day. And so for the last couple days, I will be at my girlfriend's place, and I'll sit there and I'll be like, you got 5 minutes? And she's like, yeah. All right, then I'm going to do it. And that's big for me. For some reason, I have a very tough time carving out any time for myself in a lot of ways. And the problem then comes to it has to, like, that desire, that need to do that is going to come out one way or another. And usually it comes out a little uglier than I wish it would. So it's better to just, and I'm realizing that now. Well, not realizing it now. It's like, or I'm following through with that now, that, and I hope to continue to, and I don't want to, and we'll get to another point, but I'm following through with it now, and I can see what it's doing to my ability to not dive and spiral and feel horrible about myself. Because as long as at the end of the day I kind of did what I was set out to do, you know, whether I become famous or whether I do anything to that degree, you know, it's hearsay. So it's just, as long as I did what I set out to do and I did my best at whatever I was doing, or at least I even just accomplished what I wanted to do. It might not have been the best way I could do it, but I still did it. It's definitely a better feeling than going to bed knowing or wishing you would have done more. And I know that's so cliche, and I know it really is, but it's less of like wanting to do more towards a goal and more of wanting to just do what you asked yourself to do that day. It's relying on yourself, your ability to rely and respect yourself. And that's something that's slowly but surely building up. And that's also the second point I wanted to come and say with this. What I tend to do is when I talk about something, or I say I'm gonna do something, I never do it. And it's a very weird mindset that I have. It's like there's a need as a kid, like growing up, like, I don't know, middle school, whatever. Whenever I would make these videos, I wouldn't tell any about them, or I wouldn't say anything about them until I was done with it. And that allowed me to kind of, there's this weird inner child of me that just goes, I need to make it. And it's like a surprise for the world. It has to be a surprise for the world. I love doing that for people. I love doing like surprise gifts and stuff, like going a little bit over the top, even when it doesn't really matter. I tend to go a little hard at certain portions of it. Like, for instance, my girlfriend and I are doing these movie nights, and I can't cook for shit. Now, I did surprise her with a pretty good potato salad last night, but better than Kevin's, by the way, of course. But my cooking is subpar at best. So what I try to do, or what I've done, is make up for my lack of cooking with my presentation. So it's like, I like doing that. I like the build up into the surprise of things. And I think that also coincides with my work to some degree, probably. I don't know. Or it should, or it could, or it might, and I might need to leverage that a little bit more, because recently I've, again, been just talking too much. I'm talking the talk, but not really walking the walk. But I used to walk the walk before I even talked. Did you get that? So I don't know. It's a thing I think I need to reevaluate or reprogram myself into doing. And like right now, it's Monday. I set out to do this on a Monday. I want to be able to do Wednesday uploads of the lunch break and a Saturday upload for the vlogs every week. 2 videos a week. I edited that vlog in one day last week, which means, which is the worst thing though, is this is the one that took me, or feels like it takes the longest, because I know it's just me sitting in front of a camera, but it's also so much just like one shot editing. It's not batched editing. It's just, I sit down and I got to go through the whole thing, and I go through the whole thing again, and I go through the whole thing again. And then I add my zoom ins and whatever. And it's just, then I have to watch through these 15, 20 minute videos. So it's a lot to go through instead of just piecemealing some stuff together. I still think the vlog was pretty long though, wasn't it? I think it's 13 minutes or something. So obviously it wasn't like a walk in the park of any to any degree, but I think it's just there's a little more elements of creativity into it, or there's things that are different about each shot that gives me a little bit of more excitement when editing it. And that's something I talked to my friend Luke about, was these talking head pieces. This is nice, and I like being able to have this kind of be my podcast in a way, a personal podcast. But the editing process is definitely a lot more lackluster than that of a vlog, because it is just talking head piece. It is just me sitting here. So either way, I feel like I only talk about myself when it's like, you're going to get to know everything about me. Anybody that like comes and like watches these videos, and if at any point down the road I keep this up for years and years and there's a little audience, you guys are going to know so much about me. I don't want to know absolutely nothing about you, jack shit about you. And that's going to be the interesting part. We do meet and greets. Y'all are going to know all of my struggles and trials and tribulations and all of that stuff. And I'm going to go, hi, what's your name? Anyways, what else can I talk about? Right now, I'm feeling good. And I hope you are too. There you go. We're breaking the wall there. We're breaking it, This is me asking you how you are. Let me know in the comments how you are. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, do that. I got to say that more often at the beginning, because if I don't, then I lose 50% of you at the end. So, and it's just a click. It's just one click. Oh, this store I went to 2 days ago for the movie night. Oh, dude. It made me like okay, so I'm a bit of a tarot card guy. I have them actually over here. I got this really cool little box. Let me grab that for you if you're watching this. Scheisse. I got this little box here. Look at this. Look at this beautiful little thing. And inside it, I got, which way? Oh, it opens that way. Little box. I got my tarot cards, and then I got a candle, because I tend to think that if you don't light a candle, you're not opening the gates to the gods or the spirit or whatever that's encapsulating your tarot cards. There's a part of me that likes to play and believe that. I talk to them. It's probably not the most sane thing to do, but I definitely, it's an interesting time it's an interesting thing to use these tarot cards. And I don't know. It's like a mini therapy session, to be honest with you. It's scarily accurate, but I wonder if that's just coincidence, or if that is like a divine entity that is encapsulating the cards. I don't know. I mean, science says one thing, but every other belief says other things. So, and I'm half and half. Like the milk product. But you can tell this shit is battered beyond all hell. Let me see if it will. Are you gonna? Yeah. So it's got no lid to it. It's got no lid. It's got no top to it. I got a rubber band around these guys. So this store is actually I got this thing at that store, and I went there because I wanted to get these cups. I'll take a picture of them and I'll post them in front of me right now. But these cups that look like horns that I wanted to use them for the movie I was showing last night, which was Monty Python and the Holy Grail. So I wanted to get a little bit like medieval type of a vibe, and that's the only store in Berlin that I know of that did it. But sadly, that store I thought it was in one part of town, so I went there and it took me 30 minutes ish to get there. And then I'm walking around and I'm like, where the hell is this place? And I look it up and they moved to a place that's 5 minutes down the road from me. And I was like, come on. So, I left the house. I told my girlfriend, I'm like, I got to go and buy this stuff for our movie night, because we're not telling each other what it is. We don't tell each other what the movie is until we go and see it, or the other person shows it, and we take turns. So 1 week it's me, the other week it's her, and when it's my week, I cook and show the movie, and it's her week, she cooks and she shows the movie. It's a great thing. If you have a girlfriend or boyfriend and you like that idea, by all means. It's a fun time, and it's a lot of fun. Yeah, so I go to this place, I'm walking, and again, they moved. So I start making my way back to, I have to go all the way back to the place that's right by our place, and I get there, the place is closed. When on Google, it says it's open. So I'm like, God damn it. That was the one thing I needed. The one thing I needed for this movie night. Because I don't know. Remember, I don't know how to cook. I don't know any of that shit. That was the only thing I was like, oh, dude, words are hard. It was the only thing I was riding on for that movie night was these cups. And like they have this mead. They have these like little mead shots. So I was hoping to grab some of those just to kind of get the vibe of it and like light some candles or whatever to make it the vibe. But the place was closed, and I was so upset. I was like, fuck, okay, what do I do now? What the hell do I do now? So I decided, for some reason, I didn't leave. I just went. There's a bench like right in front of the store that like sat and looked at it. And I sat down on that bench and started Googling some places. But all of a sudden I look up, and there's a woman inside the store. And I go, okay. She walks towards the door, changes the geschlossen sign to, or geschlossen. I think geschlossen. Oh, dude, my girlfriend's going to kill me. We had this as one of my vocab words the other day. To go off net. Go off and, fuck, no. Oh, this is bad. I'm not even gonna look it up. I'm gonna confidently push through that one and look at the time. Oh, okay. All right, we're gonna have to wrap this one up. But thankfully, the woman, she was on lunch break or something. It was 3 p.m. and then she was coming back after whatever lunch break. You know, her lunch break. You know, mine's at 4:50, but hers 3 o'clock. Come on. Anyways, thankfully she opened the store. We shared a very awkward German interaction because again my Deutsch is sehr schlecht. But I walked around the place and they had these new tarot cards, bro. They had the new tarot cards. Like it was like a crisp. It wasn't new. It's like not the new edition came out or whatever, the new expansion pack. But they just had these crisp, clean ones that had like more authentic art style or something on them. And I debated it. I was like, do I trade my boy in? Do I give him a break anymore? But then there's nothing wrong with these. And that's kind of why I bought the case, this wooden case, because mine was getting a little bit beaten up. But again, going back to it, I just like, you can ask anybody. I feel like you can ask anybody in the community of the tarot cards. Don't quote me on this because I'm not that deep into it. I like doing it. I think it's a great little therapy session for a lot of people. You know, it makes you think about your life and such and analyze a lot of things. It's also a great way to get to know people. So if you're really into want to get to know some people, you know, try to do tarot. You sit down and you can like kind of base the cards and you can talk to them about things in their life or ask them questions and get an idea. And then I've learned a lot of things about a lot of people through that. So that is a thing. But yeah, no, for some reason I feel like there's like a weird personality in these. I probably sound insane. That's okay. I probably am, but that's fine. Cause aren't we all? I'm gonna end it on that. Thanks for watching. I hope you had a great lunch. I hope, you enjoyed this episode of The Lunch Break. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what's your favorite. Look up a bunch of tarot cards and tell me what your favorite tarot card is. And if you don't like tarot cards, tell me in the comments, I don't like tarot cards. And put like a frowny face. It's great. Fine by me. All right. Yeah, it's a little, it's too much. It's too, I gotta edit this. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. All right. I'll see you next time. Okay. Love you. Bye.
Get your bones in the dirt. Get those bones.